I can say very quickly that smart meters aren't cheap, they're not healthy, they're not safe, they're certainly not secure from hacking. As you're probably aware, Ontario has had smart meters in for over a year now, and the Premier's just come out and said he basically apologized for doing it. He said there's been no savings. In fact, 8 out of 10 smart meter bills went up. If you have an implanted medical device, pacemaker, a Parkinson's pacemaker, in-home hospital equipment, they all come with warnings to avoid RF exposure. BC Hydro will not honor those warnings and will install a smart meter anyway. Okay, so this smart meter on the side of the house transmits a range of 2 miles. Okay, what does that mean? It means that if there's 4,000 smart meters in that neighborhood, all of that radiation is interlacing, interacting, and interfering. The technical term is induction, and the smart meter on the side of a house sends out pulses that are inducted into the house wiring. Your house wiring was not designed for this. It will trash your house wiring. It could cause fires, short circuits immediately or years down the road. You are also an antenna filled with a liquid solution that is very attractive to electromagnetics, and so you will be inducing this electromagnetic energy as well. Of course, Hydro says, come on, man, it's only 2 minutes a day. Well, in fact, the Silver Springs networking company that makes smart meters down in Colorado says, well, it's more like 14 minutes a day, but it's not about the minutes. It's not about the power levels. This is really important. It's the pulsing that's the problem. Our benchmark study, the Bioinitiative Report, 2007, the public summary is back there on the table, looked at over 2,000 peer-reviewed studies. And I have to say, basically freaked out at the end of this report and said, we have got to drastically lower the allowable limits for electromagnetics. And they said it's the pulsing, it's the pulsing, it's the problem. So what does that mean? It means you're cruising along and your body is an electrochemical being, okay? And it operates between 2 cycles, 8, 10 cycles per second. Maybe 12 once in a while, but basically 2 to 8 cycles per second. That's called hertz. Now that hertz doesn't hertz, but the gigahertz hurts. Think about it. You come home with your new portable phone, it says 2.45 gigahertz. Cool, man. Wait, giga means billion, hertz cycles a second. 2.4 billion cycles a second. You want to talk about shaken baby syndrome? Every cell within range is being shaken back and forth billions of times a second. Now, I can't conceive of that, but I can intuit that something's going to break. And in fact, something does break, and it's 1 or 2 of that beautiful double helix of our DNA. A single strand break, we can basically repair. Double strand break, we can't repair. Dr. Lai, who discovered this at the University of Washington, basically lost his funding and was blackballed for going public with his information years ago. Years ago. So don't be deceived. Low power levels are dangerous. Pulsing is the problem. Pulsing, smart meter. Average 10,000 spikes per day. Now, the utilities use a sleight of hand called time averaging. And they average the major spikes and the lower levels and say, see, it's safe because it's down here. But in fact, those spikes, those transients, could make us transient. 10,000 pulses a day, up to 190,000 pulses a day from one smart meter. Not 4,000, of course, or an entire neighborhood, and not the router on the pole or the collector on the house. That's a significant jackhammering, I would suggest. Southern California, Edison says the peak pulses come in at, 229,000 microwatts a square centimeter. On the other side of a bedroom wall, 8 inches away. You don't want to sleep anywhere near one of these things. Cell phone emits 250 to 300 microwatts, and we know that's dangerous. What do we need? Number one, we need radiation-free schools right now. And because of the large cancer clusters being found around cell towers, we need all cell towers removed from university and school grounds and residential neighborhoods now. We need to revise Health Canada's dangerously obsolete Safety Code 6, which says nothing about the biological effects of electromagnetic radiation and says simply if you don't burn yourself, it's safe. Tell that to a smoker. Smoke as much as you like, but if you don't burn yourself, it's totally safe. So please take action. When you go home tonight, look around your home, start unplugging wireless, see if it makes a difference. Maybe you're skeptical. Try to turn off every source of wireless in your house and try that for a week or two and see if you don't sleep better, if the headaches go away, if your heart settles down, if you don't feel better. Thank you.